Many Hanover students take the opportunity to study abroad at least once during their 4 years here, but students rarely take the opportunity to plan their own trip. But we have 2 students next on Student Spotlight who did just that. Welcome to HC Student Spotlight, where each episode we learn more about what's going on here at Hanover College. Today, I have with me 2 students who were chosen to receive a Richter Grant that took them all the way to Greece. I'm here today with VanDyke and Braden Worrell. Thanks for coming, guys.
Thanks for having us, Allyson.
Can you tell me a little bit about why you chose Greece?
Well, it was really interesting. It started out in 2 separate classes. My business class was talking about the Greek financial crisis that was going on.
And then I wrote a paper for presidential communication about the technocratic government that was taking place in Greece at the time.
Okay, and exactly what is a Richter Grant? Like, why were you guys able to go over there?
It's a special grant that came back just this year. It had been gone for a few years, but it came back and it allows students to do really travel outside the college campus. So it was really great for kind of our idea of traveling abroad to Athens.
Okay, and when did you take this trip?
So for
winter break.
Over winter break. Is that when Richter Grants generally, people usually take their trips?
One of the requirements is it can't be during the normal academic year, so you got to fit it in during one of your breaks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how long were you there on your trip?
About a week.
Yeah,
with travel time, probably like 5 days.
Yeah, probably like 5 days now.
Okay, so tell me what you did over there.
Well, we went there and we met up with one of our, he's a professor at Hanover. His father is in Athens, so we got to meet up with him and he kind of showed us around the city of Athens.
And then we also interviewed a professor and the student who works at a university in Piraeus, which is the port city of Athens. So we got to kind of talk to them about what's going on in the government and how the Greek people feel about it.
Okay. Did you get to see their university or anything when you talked to that student?
Yeah. He got to show us around the whole place, and it was really interesting because they have free tuition in the Athens universities there, which is really cool because it's unheard of here in America. But that was really exciting. So he got to show us around, and all the students were in their final examinations at that time. So they're kind of like, don't talk to us right now. Yeah. But no, it was really neat.
Yeah. So did it look like Hanover over there?
Not really. It was like right smack dab in the middle of the city, so it was kind of crowded and they're like, it's really nice. It's really nice here. But yeah, it was
it made us appreciate Hanover. We can just say that.
Yeah.
Very much.
Okay. Did you have a goal when you went over there, of like what you wanted to learn?
Well, I wanted to look at the communication styles of the technocratic government. So what's happening right now is the Greece debt crisis has gotten so big that they brought in a new prime minister who was actually the VP of the European Central Bank. And so his job was just to kind of straighten out the debt crisis without any politics, without any, government pressure outside from political parties. So I wanted to see how that kind of influenced the communication style in regards to how university students kind of get active in politics, whether that changes their mind or how they view politics in general. So what I found out was pretty much that his style of communication was a lot more direct and kind of more solution-based instead of having more rhetoric without any solutions. And so that kind of helped university students want to get involved more. That's what I found.
Yeah. I was looking at the financial aspect of it. They're so far into debt. They have the most debt out of any European country, so they're kind of a financial black hole for the entire European Union's market. And I was examining how that affected the next generation of Greek graduate students because they're graduating out. But because of the debt situation, jobs are very scarce. So it's kind of tragic. It's forcing a lot of Greek students to find jobs internationally. So you have a lot of kind of breakup of the family dynamics there. Where people are leaving because they can't find jobs anywhere. Even we spoke to a 26-year-old student. She has her master's degree. She has 2 patents already, one of which is international, and she's one of 4 people qualified in ERPC systems, but she can't find a job in Greece. So she's going looking in the UK and Australia and America because she can't find a job.
Right. So it's worse there than it is here.
Yes. It kind of makes us appreciate America a little bit more too. Yes.
Okay. So did you learned what you wanted to learn? Did you get
Yes,
take away from the trip?
it was a pretty successful trip. We decided to go with kind of a mini documentary route, so we got to interview with these people. So we got some video footage from the universities as well as the professors and the students, and then we got to take some beauty shots from around Athens and got to go to some of the highlights like the Panathenaic Stadium. That was a really exciting place. We got to see the Acropolis as well, and we actually got to see one of the protests that were happening too. But it wasn't too exciting. No Molotov cocktails or tear gas or anything like that. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, did you do anything fun while you were there? Did you get to see anything, I mean, besides what you've mentioned?
The food. We tried a lot of food, a lot of really good food.
Yeah.
So.
Food is fantastic. They have like a lot of modern stores. They have like H&M. They have almost every store there in downtown Athens. So we got to do some shopping and some sightseeing and just kind of chatting with some people and just kind of taking in the scenery.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So do you guys want to go back?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We want to go to the islands next time.
Yes. When it's this is kind of their off season because it's a little bit cold. For the first time we go there and there's snow in Athens. So like this never happens. We're like, perfect timing. So the islands were kind of closed off. So we'll go there next time it's a little bit more sunny. So,
right.
Yeah.
Now, would you go back and look more into what you were further looking into, or would you just go for like a vacation?
I would do both. I think we were really lucky to have a contact from Hanover help us get in touch with people there. But if we were there long enough to establish relationships and get more interviews, I think it would be really interesting because we went into this Irish pub and we met these two guys who were so cool. They sat and talked to us for like 2 hours. Yeah. And I think just going out and meeting people like that would be a lot more interesting for a sociological aspect of it too.
Yeah, it was really neat to hear from a native of Athens talking about their perspective on the whole situation, or even just their day-to-day life. It was just it was really neat. It was really a great cultural experience because you go there and there's people that you hear 5 different languages just walking down the street. You don't hear that every so often in kind of Midwest America. So that was great.
Such a contrast.
Very, very.
Okay, well, if there are students out there wanting to apply for their own Richter grant for a trip they want to take, what should they do?
I would say one of the biggest beneficiaries to us was Dr. Garvey. She was kind of our advisor for writing the grant proposal that we needed to construct because we had to send that into the Richter Approval Committee first, and then they examine it. So we talked to Dr. Garvey, but then Dr. Skiatis Jr. On Hanover was really great about setting up contacts. So it's great to have. They really want you to have contacts at the place where you're going. So having a key contact in place is really crucial to developing that Richter grant.
And I think also being specific in what you want to study. They kept telling us narrow down your topic. So I was very communication driven as he was media driven, and I think if you have a more narrow topic, you're more likely to be able to actually, because it's a huge task going to a different country and trying to get all this information in 7 days. So I said be more specific in what you want to study when you're there.
Okay, and how much in advance did you guys have to fill out that application?
For international travel, they say 6 to 10 weeks, and that's more beneficial for you, so you get more time setting up those contacts. But if it's internally in the country, I think it's about 4 weeks that you have to turn it back.
Okay.
And we were lucky because you didn't need a visa to go to Greece. So if you go into a country that you need to have a visa, I would say at least 10 weeks.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Yeah. Well, thanks so much, guys, for coming on the show.
That's great.
It was a very interesting trip, it sounds like.
It was great.
It was fun.
So for anyone interested in studying something internationally or within the country that Hanover doesn't offer, you should look into applying for a Richter grant. I'm Allyson Craig, and thanks for joining us today on Student Spotlight.